to Amy Toft Yoga, chair yoga. Today's the day. So let's begin. I'm filming from Shimmy Shakti today. So let's begin just sitting up tall, feet flat on the floor, and we're going to breathe east and west into our diaphragm. So just like a map, east and west on the sides. So we'll just breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I just have to check. Okay. Sorry. Now we're going to breathe to the sides and then down to the south. So inhale. Exhale. So often we just breathe right up here. So we're trying to expand our diaphragm. And again. And now we're going to let our breath come up to the north where it always wants to go. So to the sides, down, and then a little bit up. Just do a couple more on your own. You don't have to breathe exactly with me. East and west, south, and then north. So we're going to try to keep that breath going whenever we remember, when we think about it. Just breathing like that automatically slows down your heart rate and calms your mind, your parasympathetic nervous system. The theme today is there's always time to notice the good. So we have not slowed down. Even though it's a pandemic, we're still just busy. We're still just super busy. So if we take a little time, if we just notice, wow, that's beautiful. I love the sound of that. That smells great. This tastes delicious. It doesn't take any time. There's always time to notice the good. We'll begin moving by coming forward on our chair. So we're just kind of on the edge. And then we'll just put our hands on our knees, sit up tall. Inhale, let our chest go forward. Exhale, let our shoulders come back. Forward, this is cow pose. Back, like a cat. Tailbone goes out. And belly button comes back toward the spine. Let's do it again. Okay, nice. Then, if you need to stay in your chair, you can do all this in a chair. If you can stand up, then don't use your hands. Use your legs. Stand up. Sometimes that takes a little practice. So sit back down. Use your core is strong. Press into your feet. Stand up. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to get sideways so you can see me, is high skier. Okay, so high skier, our knees are just bent a little bit and our hands are cupping our knees. So knees bent a tiny bit and we're looking pretty much down. Arms are straight, so you might need to bend your knees a little more to get your arms straight. Press into the top of your knee. Now think about your feet. So we're going to pretend like our feet are dials and we're just going to press them away from each other, like we're turning dials away from each other. Lift the chest, shoulder blades together, still looking down. Then we're going to bend even further. Let our elbows rest on the edge of our knees. Press palms together. Chest lifts, so shoulder blades are still back. Dial the feet away from each other. This is low skier. So stay here if you're standing. If you're in a chair, you have just gone from here to here. You're still pressing your feet. If you can't move your feet, you can be thinking about dialing them apart. So if you're here in low skier, good for you. You're still there. Dial your feet one more time. Arms come back, palms face up. Now we're in ski jumper. So shoulders back, still looking down, feet still dialed in. So slowly. Just come on up. Just see how you feel. Your legs feel all tingly like they did something, because they did. Nice. Okay, from here, my chair is so low today. Okay, from here, we're going to just hold the back of our chair and come up on our toes and then pick up our toes. So heels up, toes up, heels up, toes up, heels and toes. Just do this on your own. You're feeling pretty brave. You can do it without the chair. If you're sitting, you can be pressing your toes and lifting them. Okay, so then we just need to wake up our hips. So pretend we're hula hooping. Around, do your hands out, or on your hips. And stop, go the other way. I never could hula hoop, but I can pretend hula hoop. Okay, if you feel like both sides are even, just stop that. Pick up your toes again, whether you've got shoes on or not, that's okay. One more time, pick them up, spread them out, dial your feet away from each other. Feet are kind of far apart. Okay, so now we're going to practice something important. It's getting up. So like getting up off the floor is just not easy. So what if you're on the ground? Ow, this hurts my knees, but that's okay. What if you're on the ground? Well, the first thing to do is to come and find a chair. And then put your elbows on the chair, and then just, I guess we should do one leg at a time. Bring one leg forward and stand up. Okay, or let's do the other leg. Come on down. Bring one leg forward and stand up. Okay, so what if you don't have a chair? Well, if we're down on the ground, bring one foot forward, and then maybe we can tuck our back toe, press into the knee and stand up. And if you have to have a chair, you have to have a chair. But it's just good to try. So come on back down. One side's always easier than the other. Tuck your back toe, press into your knee. Oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this side. Press into your knee, just a minute. I have to tuck my toe with my hand or something. There we go. Tuck, press into your knee, and stand up. Not easy, okay? But that's a good thing to practice doing. You can always put your hands on the ground when you first get started, and then try to do it with no hands or pressing into your knee later. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So first we'll show in the chair. Oh yeah, if you have a little block or something you can use like a block, you could get that. If you don't, it's no big deal. Okay, so warrior one in a chair. One knee's bent, one leg is straight. Your hands could be on your hips. And you can see that my leg's not super straight. It's just trying to go straight. Arms up. Or hands on the hips. This is warrior one. And then we're just gonna move to warrior two. Arms out. Trying to make your arms like a T. Okay, we'll do the other side. And we'll do it standing up, or you could do it again in the chair. So one leg kind of straight, one leg bent, hips going toward your bent leg, arms up. Or hands on the hips, just fine. Warrior one. Open up your arms, warrior two. This is not easy in a chair, so good for you if you're trying it. Then come on back. We'll do a standing up. One knee forward, one leg back. Hips facing toward the bent knee. Gosh, this is crazy. I don't know why I would have shoes on except for that it's freezing in here. Okay, arms could be here, or they could be here. Warrior one. We're pressing into the outside of this back foot, and we're pressing this front knee away toward the pinky toe. Sometimes it likes to sink in. And then we'll just open our arms, warrior two. Arms trying to be in a straight line. And we gaze out over our fingers, over our bent knee. So come on back up, hands to the heart, and we'll just turn our feet around. Sink into the front knee, back leg is straight, hips going toward the bent knee, arms up, or hands on the hips. Warrior one. Feeling how strong your legs are. So while we're pressing into this back foot, we're also thinking about our thighs kind of pulling together. Open up your arms, warrior two. Stretch, reach with your fingers, but relax your shoulders. And straighten your legs, hand to your heart. So I thought it'd be fun to do a moon salutation today because it's almost the full moon. So we're gonna do we'll try it. We'll start in the chair. I'll just start standing up. So crescent, hands come up over your head, feet are together, and just bend to one side like you're a little crescent moon. Of course, you could do this sitting down. Then hands come to the heart. We'll just step our feet out wide with our toes pointing away from each other and sit down a little bit. Hands can come like this. You could even do a little mudra. Touch your first finger to your thumb, and this is goddess. Okay, toes come together, arms out to a T. This is star. And then we're just gonna point our toe that way. Straight out of the chair here. And then hand on the chair. Other arm up in the air, triangle. Then hand on the hip, and if it feels okay, you can pick up your back leg for half moon. You don't have to. Then let everything come down, your feet come down, put both hands on the chair, both toes pointing toward the chair, pyramid. So let your head come on down. Okay, now it's surfer. So we're just gonna do surfer standing up. We're not gonna really squat down. So surfer, we just bend this knee, put our arms out like we're surfing. Okay, then straighten up. And Malasana is a yogi squat, which we do not have to go clear to the ground here either. We'll just bend out our knees, kind of like goddess that we just did. Let's look over each shoulder. One more time. Okay, keep your left knee bent. Here now. And we'll just come into surfer on this side. So, like a surfer, standing up straight-ish. Then, turn toes, both toes toward the chair and pyramid. So we'll just stretch down. Both knees are pretty straight. We're trying to kind of put our ribs on our thigh. That's the feeling. We don't have to actually touch. Okay, then come up. Keep your left toe pointing toward the chair. Right hand down, and we'll hop up into half moon here. So you can pick up your back leg if you want to. You do not have to. Half moon could be like this. But if you want to pick it up and pick up your arm, you can. Okay, then set the foot down. Arm can come up for triangle, but your arm can also rest on your lower back. Look down at your front foot, press into it, stand up, toes go forward, star. Heels in, goddess. Stand up tall, feet together, crescent, going this way. Okay, we're going to do it again, going the other way because the moon goes both ways, right? So crescent, the same way we just came from. Hands down. Goddess. Toes forward, star. Toe to the left, triangle. We're going to skip half moon this time. Hands down, toes pointing toward the chair, pyramid. Bend the front knee, surfer. You can bend, you can get a little low here if you'd like. Then toes and heels come together. Malasana, or yogi squat. Straighten up, bend in the right knee, surfer. Straighten it. Pyramid, both legs kind of straight, both feet pointing toward the chair. Keep your front toe where it is, and you can let your back foot point out a little bit. Triangle. Look at your front toe, press into your feet. Turn both toes forward, star. Heels come in, goddess. Feet come together. Crescent this way. We've done the moon salutation both ways. Okay, now, if you have your block, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. If you have your block, great. So we're going to put it in between our thighs. The long way is good, but not if it hurts your knees. So just standing with the block between your legs and your feet dialed apart, you can probably really feel that. Wow, everything's really active. We should all walk around with a block between our thighs all the time. Okay, Now, maybe you can keep pressing everything together, of course, because that keeps the block there. And we'll just sink down a little bit into a little tiny chair, okay? If your knees hate this, then back off a little bit. You don't have to be holding your chair so low that your knees hurt. Just make it a little smaller. Okay, then stand on up. Take the block out. Wait, keep the block there. Come to the side of your chair or maybe like this. And we're going to do our forearm plank. So remember that plank, we bring our hands down so our forearms are resting on the block. Maybe we block our hand a little bit away. Maybe we can stretch out long like this, squeezing that block. And if this doesn't work, you can totally go like this, squeezing your block. So just see what's right for you. The farther away you can get from the chair, the better, because that's working your core, but all good. So if you're sitting down, you're still just squeezing the block between your legs. And then start to walk your feet closer. Stand up. Now take the block out. Okay, coming, and go sideways so you can see. Coming to a seat. We've got just a couple more poses. So hold the back of your chair. Let your shoulder blades come together. You can look up a little bit, not clear up at the ceiling. We spend so much time with our shoulders rounded, looking at our devices, or maybe we're just getting older and they're just rounding on their own. So this is so good. If we could do this every day, it would be great. Well, think about your feet. Dial them in. Press the pinky toes away from each other. No need for the bottom of your body to just be sitting around, right? It could be active. Okay, then gently release your hands. And we're going to come into pigeon. Pigeon's like my favorite thing to do in a chair. So we'll cross one leg over the other at the ankle, flex the foot. This could be your pigeon right here, sitting up tall, feeling that stretch, feeling that engagement. Or you could bring your hands over your leg and just lean forward. See if that increases the sensation, as does flexing your foot, making sure your foot's still flexed if that's available to you. Slowly come on back up. Release the foot to the ground. Notice the difference between your hips. Always time to notice the good. Cross. Flex the foot. Stay here if you like. Enjoying that sensation. I feel it here. You may feel it somewhere else. Or get tall and lean forward. Keeping your back long. That top foot is flexed. Bottom foot dialing itself into the ground. Pressing toward the pinky toe. Breathing into where you feel it. So I'm sending some breath into my hips, which I know sounds crazy, but it really does kind of work. You want to keep that sensation, so if you need to lean forward a little more, do. And then just come on up. Let your foot come down. So we're a little tricky brain part today. We're going to do the mashed potatoes with our mashed potato with our feet, like we did last week, standing up, but we're just gonna do it sitting. So toes together, heels, and then toes, and then heels. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Can you see my feet? Toes, heels, toes. So I have to keep saying toes and heels to myself, but maybe we can do the opposite thing with our hands. Maybe not. So my toes are together, so I'm going to put the heels of my hands together, and then point. It's really hard. Okay. Okay. That's something to work on. Let's just do hands and feet separately. So point them together, apart, together, apart. Fingers and heels of the hand. Fingers, heels. Okay, now maybe I can do my feet at the same time. Nope. My feet just want to do what my hands want to do. So that's some homework. I'm going to work on this at home, and maybe you can do that too. Okay? Fun. Alrighty. So now we're just going to go through our body. We're going to point and flex our toes. Circle our ankles one way and then the other. Set one foot down and bend and straighten the other knee. Set that foot down, bend and straighten. Set the feet down. We've already worked on the hips, but let's just let our body go in a little bit of a circle. And then the other way. Okay. Now shoulders up to the ears, and down, up, down. And then take one hand, spread your fingers really wide, take it straight up, flip your palm, let it come behind you, then straight back up, flip the palm, and back down. Let's do it again. Up, flip, down, up, flip, down. So the palm's facing toward you as you go up, and then you flip it, it's facing away. Keep it facing away, come back up, flip it, and back down. Let's do the other side. Palm facing, straight up, a little flip, back down, keep it the same, up, flip, down. I try to do this first thing in the morning, usually when I'm walking my cat. That's not weird, so it's not weird to be doing this either. And again, last time, really slowly flip it down. Don't know about you, but my shoulder's doing all kinds of little popping things, which means it needs to move. Okay, let's do our neck. So we're gonna look one way, let our chin come down to the chest, and look the other. Just do this slowly on your own. If you find a spot that needs a little more attention, just keep it there. And then just look over shoulder, up and over. Of course, your ear doesn't really go to the shoulder, it just goes toward it. And now start the other way. Okay, now if you need any extra layers, you need like a jacket or a sweater or put your shoes on, go ahead and do that now. We'll come into Shavasana. So just sit back in your chair. Hands can be on your lap, palms can be up, meaning I am ready for what the universe has for me. Palms can be down, meaning I need a little quiet. Your choice. So Shavasana is where our body is soaking up all the things we did. It may not feel like we did very much, but we did a lot. And our bodies can remember that and notice and get stronger. Our breath can remember how great it felt to go east and west, south and then north. Our minds can remember tricky things that we tried to do, like the mashed potato. And the patterns, maybe of the moon salutation. And our spirits can remember there's always time to notice the good. Always. And hopefully say something about it. Shavasana. Enjoy. Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karahu Gurudeva Kinai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karahu Gurudeva Kinai Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karahu Gurudeva Kinai. nice thing about doing yoga at home is you can just stay where you are as long as you like. But when you do feel ready to move, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a nice east, west, south, north breath. If you like, bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head in a moment of gratitude for our bodies. Our bodies, it does not matter how they look, it matters how they feel and all the amazing things they do for us. Let's take a few breaths of gratitude for them. The chant today was about Hanuman, the monkey, and Hanuman is like smart and super loyal, and he notices things around him. So, not a prayer or anything, just hey Hanuman, I want to notice things like you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.